Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports with Scooter. Scooter here. So, I went to the Pirates game last night. And, of course, the Pirates get shellacked again by the Chicago Cubs. Uh, Last night's game was a microcosm of the Pittsburgh Pirates season. Poor defense, lack of fundamentals, and a just atrocious bullpen. Um, the Pittsburgh Pirates do not have a right-handed reliever that can stop a nosebleed. Well, the rookie Wilbur Dotel, so far in a short sample size, has done pretty well. But the rest of them, the rest of the right-handers, Dennis Santana can't stop a nosebleed right now, which I was never a huge Santana fan, but he did have a good year and a half. But not anymore. Justin Lawrence just needs DFA'd out of the Pirates organization. Ramirez wouldn't be in 95% of the bullpens in Major League Baseball. Um, and as I said, Wilbur Dotel in a short sample size has been pretty good. Left-handers, they're decent, man. Soto's really good. Montgomery seems to be getting better. Evan Sisk, the jury's still out on him. I think he's serviceable out of the bullpen. I don't think he's elite. But if he can keep his control, he does okay. And you have the kid from Australia who pitched last night, and I butcher his name, so I'm not even going to try to say it. Videos. He got lit up last night. He's a rookie. He's showed signs that he can be decent. So I'm not going to be as hard on him as I am the rest of this bullpen. It's disgusting. At this point in the season, we pretty much know who teams are and who teams aren't, and the Pirates are no different. Offensively, they're in the upper echelon of baseball. They do a decent job offensively. They can play small ball. They can hit the long ball. They have speed. Offensively, this is the best offensive roster the Pirates have had in years and years. Maybe even better than when they made their little wild card run, like 2013 or whatever it was. And then other than that, this is the best offense they've had. So you have to go way back to the early 90s in the Bonds era. But defensively and in the bullpen, terrible. At the beginning of the season, I didn't think this bullpen was going to be that great, but I didn't think it would be this bad. I thought they would blow some games, but never to this degree. It's disgusting. And I think it's safe to say that if they don't fix this and fix it very soon, the Pittsburgh Pirates are not going to get where they want to go and where we all want them to go. I like this team. It has a lot of potential, but let's face it, this bullpen is going to cost them a playoff shot. I've said in a couple videos now that if they can just hang on to the trade deadline, I'm not sure if they can do that with this bullpen. I hope they do. I've got to believe that one or two of these guys that are struggling will get it together. They have a track record, especially Santana. But I know a lot of fans want to point the finger at Don Kelly and blame Don Kelly. But look, do I agree with everything Don Kelly does? No, I absolutely don't. But I can't blame Don Kelly for the bullpen being terrible. He can't put the same guy out there every night. It can't just be Soto and Montgomery splashed with a little Sisk. He has to go to these other guys. He has to. So all these people pointing the finger at Don Kelly and blaming him, that the bullpen woes are not on Don Kelly. So stop blaming Don Kelly and start holding these damn pitchers accountable. That ain't a Don Kelly problem. That's a damn bullpen problem. Uh, it's it's atrocious. And last night the defense, um, you know, I love Spencer Horowitz, and everybody's allowed to have a bad game once in a while. But a good defensive first baseman, first off, picks those balls in the dirt, both of them. You watch Major League Baseball, a good first baseman picks those 99% of the time. Uh, and it's not just on Spencer Horowitz. I think it was Callahan who came in for Nick Gonzalez, and I'm still not sure why that happened in like the second or third inning. Um, Granted, it was his first, major league game this year. Maybe there was a little nerves, but uh, two spiked balls in the dirt that Spencer Horowitz can't stop cost Pittsburgh a couple runs. Paul Skeens, he was really good the first 5 innings. 10 Ks. I think at one point he had struck out 7 out of 8 that came to the plate in the first 3 innings. He deserved a better fate. Can I say if the defense had played better, Pittsburgh would have won? It's quite possible. But you could feel in the stadium last night, as soon as Paul Skeens' pitching numbers were getting to the point where he was going to come out, you could feel a collective anxiety and groan in the crowd when the bullpen had to come in that early. It was almost an anticipation of, well, this game's over. In years past, that was the feeling you got with the offense. When they went down 2 or 3 runs, it was like, oh, the game's over. I don't care if it was the first or second inning. Now it's that way with the bullpen. It can be fixed. The Pittsburgh Pirates can go out. I believe we're getting to the point in the season where there's going to be a few relievers, good relievers, that you could go out and make a trade for right now. I know it's a bit early, but there's some teams that are buried that have decent relievers I think the Pirates could go out and get. I don't think they'll do that. They'll probably stand pat until closer to the trade deadline and pray they're in it still. They may not be. And if they're not within a certain, say 4 or 5 games of a playoff spot, Neil Huntington's not going to spend any more money. He's already a tightwad, and if they're too many games out, he's just not going to spend the money, even though he has a pretty good offense. He's not going to do that. He's not going to open the checkbook if it's not close. So let's just hope, this offense can keep them afloat. But I'm getting a bit nervous and a bit paranoid at this point. And fundamentally, they just make stupid mistakes in games. Fundamentals have cost them 3 or 4 games alone. Defense has cost them a couple games, and this bullpen's cost them multiple games. If they had a good bullpen, this Pittsburgh Pirates team would be in first place in the division. I wholeheartedly believe that. And it's a shame. We've waited for an offense like this for years and years and years and years. Now we have it, and we have a shit bullpen. Pardon my French, but it's frustrating. I hope they figure it out. They're getting ready to play the Minnesota Twins tonight, this weekend. This Minnesota Twins team is terrible. The Pittsburgh Pirates should walk right through this team. This should be a sweep. I believe we're going to see Jared Jones for the first time in a long time. So if I'm not mistaken, we should have Mitch Keller, Braxton Ashcraft, and Jared Jones this weekend. That sounds like a clean sweep to me. As long as we don't need the bullpen to keep us in a game, we should be all right. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit the like button. Need those likes. Keep this channel going and to get this channel where I want it to go. Send in your opinions. Let's talk about it. If you disagree with me on things, let me know. I don't want to just get praised and hear good things, which is mostly what I get, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy that. But I would like to argue if you think I'm wrong, or discuss it, see if we can change each other's mind. So hit like and subscribe, And until next time, and as always, let's go Bucks.